Today we are going to look at how to use Questia, which is one of our online databases, an online library linked here on our library's webpage. Please note if you're going directly to the URL, it is questiaschool.com, though we refer to it simply as Questia. If you go to questia.com, your username and password will not work. So at questiaschool.com, you need to enter your username, which is your entire fashamail.org web address. And the temporary password that has been established is here, go tologs. Make sure to capitalize the G and T and include the exclamation point, and you should be able to log into your account. So once you're logged in, you'll see what's a pretty basic search page. There are a lot of tools, tutorials, a writing center, some ways to browse by topic, but let's look at how you might enter a search for something specific. So the 10th grade class might be looking at the methods used for the kosher slaughter of meat and the European countries where these methods may be challenged by secular governments. So if I simply enter the word kosher, you'll see I come up with over 2,000 books, around 3,000 periodicals, and that's an overwhelming number of sources. This number of sources will be reduced as I play around with these search features on the left. One thing that I want to do pretty immediately, unless I'm in the very beginning stages of my research, is click here, peer-reviewed publications only. You'll notice that when I'm in the periodical section, if that is not checked, then I will have huge numbers of magazine and newspaper items that may simply be journalistic summaries of events rather than academic contributions to the discussion. When I check peer-reviewed publications only, I end up with academic journal articles and a much smaller pool of items to look at. I can also add combinations of terms, which may or may not be useful to me in all cases. If I want to focus only on those that include the issue of kosher meat production in Europe, I can do that. If I wanted to see if any of them discussed animal rights along with kosher meat production, as it turns out they don't, and if I uncheck peer-reviewed publications, I do end up getting one news item on that topic. So that may be useful to me, although I may want to go back to the more general results. So what happens when we select one of these articles? Let's go ahead and choose something that is peer-reviewed and see how we navigate within the document. This is the actual full text of this item. There are a lot of tools offered by Questia that I can use when I am within this text. One thing I can do is highlight a passage of the text by tapping the first word that I'd like highlighted and the last word of the phrase that I'd like highlighted. I can then, of course, choose my color for highlighting and do that as many times as I like, and in as many different colors as I like. All of these highlighted items and the other work that I do on this document will be saved. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. I can also delete the highlight. I can also find out how I might cite this in my paper. You can see here I've chosen MLA, although I can switch that. And there's an explanation of why the citation is as it is, and here is the example of that citation, which is very useful. I can also add a note to this page so that I can remind myself of what I'm thinking while I'm reading. I can search within this page for a specific word or term that I may be looking for. I can also look up a word from this page in an embedded dictionary that allows me to stay within Questia while I do that work. I can change the font size, I can print, I can do a number of other things. Once I have worked with this document, I do want to save it to my projects. I can click here, Save from Active Project. Now, you may wonder what project was already active. You can see I have an active project listed here. That's because I already have one created. When you are in your account, you can go to your projects page and manage your projects. So anytime you know that everything you're going to be doing that day is going to be related to your sophomore research project, I can make that my currently active project, and then when I go back and continue my search, I will save everything to that project, and I can retrieve it when I log in another time. So again, if I'm looking in a book rather than an article, the features are the same. I am here looking at a full text book. The one difference is that I can now navigate directly to the table of contents of the book. I may not want to use every section of the book, and so I may want to go directly to the animal feed and halal food section of this title. And then again, if I highlight and as always save to this active project, I can see all of the highlighted items here when I click on the file folder. So there you have it. That is Questia. I hope you enjoy. It is an extremely useful tool for all of the research projects at our school. And good luck.